A plan for solar panels, and we chat with incoming Assistant Town Manager Mark Ellis on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Monday, July 16th, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. The town is working with the Cape and Vineyard Electric Cooperative on a number of solar projects around town. At last Thursday's town council meeting, Energy Coordinator Richard Elrick and others made a workshop presentation to town council regarding the CVEC Round 2 solar projects. Elrick showed the council planned solar sites.
Here, of course, we've got the Barnstable High School, and on the right side of that picture are the sort of less darkly shaded arrays to the right, and those are the present existing arrays that are already up there on the roof. And to the left are the darker patterned arrays that you see there, and those are going to be those are the new modules that will be put in place. The next slide is a representation, a layout of the ground-mounted solar array at the Senior Center. I will mention that we did a presentation before the Council on Aging, and they unanimously voted to endorse the project. And believe it or not, they were particularly pleased by the fact that, excuse me, a number of the trees are going to be cut down in front of the Senior Center so that it will be more visible from Route 28. So they were very pleased to hear that, and they did endorse it unanimously. The next graphic that you see is a picture of the West Villages Elementary School, and you can see in the bottom of the picture the location of the rooftop array. The next one, and this is one of the larger of the ground-mounted arrays. This is an array that's going to be located in the Independence Park area, right off adjacent. Well, the location is 145 Breeds Hill Road. And I will just simply mention, with respect to this site in particular, there is still some engineering and still some layout changes that may take place. We've been engaging with the Natural Heritage and Endangered Species program staff just to make sure that they're comfortable and supportive of the project. And so we may make some modest changes, slightly reconfigure that as we move forward. The next two slides are the layouts for the airport locations. This one is the larger of the two. It's approximately 20 acres. We call it the northeast site because as you were facing the airport from Route 28 looking to the north, that array would be on the right-hand side, adjacent, as you can see, to the runway heading out to the northeast. This next slide shows the array on a runway heading out to the northwest. This is a smaller array, just about 10 acres it will occupy.
Chief Procurement Officer David Anthony discusses the benefits of solar in the town's schools.
Ron and I had the opportunity to go before the school committee to just get the school committee's endorsement for the two rooftop projects. One at the high school, certainly that's very large, and one at the West Villages School. And they were very pleased to see that we continue to move forward with renewable energy and decentralized generation at the school department. For those who may not be aware, the high school over the years has become the home of a 250 kW cogeneration plant which produces electricity on site and also takes the waste heat from the combustion and puts it back into the school to heat hot water. It's also the site of a 135 kW rooftop system now. And going back 6 years ago with the first one, it was a very small 12-panel 2 kW free unit that we got from one of the first Cape Light Compact initiatives called Solarize Our Schools. That's been operating for over 6 years. Over those 6 years, the high school has gone from a building that purchases over 4 million kilowatt hours a year to a school now that purchases 2.4 million kilowatt hours per year, which is a substantial savings through those projects that are on board. And the school committee, a number of years ago, wanted to see the schools become more efficient, realizing that utility budgets are some of the most difficult to budget in their budgets. And between that and salaries, it can be very difficult and a real budget buster. So to get control of those utilities has always been part of the initiative that they've set up.
Councillor James Cote had a question for the group.
I was just wondering, are there any concerns of solar glare from pilots?
It's interesting that you should mention, maybe Charlie will want to talk about it. That'll clearly be one of the important engineering details that the technical folks will be responsible for. As an aside, I will mention that there is an array located at a New Hampshire airport that didn't create a problem for the pilots, but for some reason, the engineers really dropped the ball on that facility. It does create a little bit of a glare problem for the control tower there. So it is crucial, it goes without saying, that there not be a problem with reflection. And in the normal course of events, these modules, these PV modules, are designed to absorb the light and, as a general rule, not be overly reflective. But that will certainly be taken into great detail, and the engineers will make sure that that doesn't happen.
The council will further take up the matter when it meets in August. This Friday, Mark Ellis will no longer be Director of Public Works. He'll be at Town Hall beginning his new role as Assistant Town Manager. We caught up with Mr. Ellis on today's episode of Barnstable this morning. Ellis talked about what he's looking forward to in his new job.
It's been we have a great team, throughout the town. And certainly, the senior management team under the town manager. And so, continuing to work with all of those people on a regular basis. Tom Lynch is a professional, and he is a pleasure to work with. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the broader, more comprehensive role within the town to play a new role, though many of the features are the same. It just expands to, a broader perspective on the issues and the challenges the town faces. So I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm looking forward to the results of the strategic planning the town council is going to be doing. I mean, that kind of sets the framework for how we do our 1 through 5 year plan and the priorities and how we allocate our resources in the community.
He told us what made him apply for the position.
I think most of all, I like municipal level work, and from a professional standpoint, it was certainly a logical professional move for me. I really am not interested in getting into higher levels of government. I like being frontline, hands-on with our community, and obviously I wanted the professional challenge of broadening that. And, my experience and my background lends itself well to that. The manager, and it appears the council, and I hope the community has the confidence in me to move forward with that. So it was the right time, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
Ellis says one of the things he will miss about the position he's held since 2003, his coworkers.
I can't say enough about the people I worked with every day. Sometimes on very routine things, or just responding to issues that have confronted, and in some cases emergencies. Blizzards and collapsing of the bulkhead and other infrastructure that reaches a critical point. I mean, no matter what it was, routine or critical, everyone pulled together. Everyone was always there, giving 100%, and I'll still be a part of that, but. I was proud to be involved in that and then get to lead it, and so that'll be one aspect that I'll certainly.
The position of Assistant Town Manager has been vacant ever since Tom Lynch moved up to fill former Town Manager John Klim's spot. Ellis will begin his new job this Friday. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.